There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission.
Dr. Radionik returning. Today we're going to talk a little bit about rates, what they mean as per our machines, and we'll be talking a little bit about why things are wired the way they are in our machines. I could take a minute and just acknowledge that everybody's machines are a little bit different, and this is just the results that we found successful 100% of the time with the machines that we design. Let's get to it. The first step naturally is to take a rate. So here we have taken 4 separate rates from the same machine, a 3-dial machine. It's entirely possible. And then we map it out on a Cartesian plane as such, and we get 3 points for each grid. Now, since there is quite a lot of material to cover, we're not going to go everything today. So this is the result of that graph. And then basically what we're going to do is turn it into what's called an anaglyph. And that's essentially just an image derived from a graph turned into a representation of an idea or concept. So this idea here represents the 12 figures from our 3-dial box repeated in 4 different waves to acquire a very, very specific reading on a specific subject. In this case, this is not a specific subject, so please don't use it because it's just a bunch of random numbers that I came up with to show you this. Yes, I am willing to do that much for you. A word of explanation first, though. So, as we have our typical radionic box wiring scheme with the 3 potentiometers connected to the stick plate and the witness, and then our piece of Arcamite connected at the very end. The reason for this is when we're taking the reading on the stick plate with the witness, we want to create a biofeedback mechanism from the Arcamite to your finger. The reading that we get on the meter is the result of the difference. And of course we come up with an intent for step 2, which is charge X with orgone energy, just as an example. Alrighty, and now we're on to step 3. Now we're going to encode that intent into numbers and then translate that into a graph with which we're going to obtain the symbolic representation of our intent, or the trend if you prefer. And finally, we have our symbolic representation of our intention. This is a radionic rate pattern. It's something that Lab 5 researched a long time ago, and essentially it gives you pinpoint precision as to what exactly you want to occur in your trend environment. And we'll be talking about this in future videos too. And finally, our representation is complete, and here you can see the radionic repeating pattern for our intention is all built in here. And we're going to combine that together at the end of the video here to show you, so please don't forget to like and subscribe. Dr. Radionik out.